I'm playing The Simpsons tapped out. Hey guys, Cam here from today's iPhone.com, and actually all my questions are on this iPad mini, which they normally are. This is episode 1.0.6. I've only got one hand free, so I couldn't do the... Anyway, let's get to the questions. First question, again by Parth Patel. Coke or Pepsi? By Plus. How do you get paid? In little gold coins that I collect. You know, the ones from Sonic the Hedgehog? Essentially, once I've done typing and making videos, I have to go running around the neighbourhood and jumping over stuff and collecting gold coins. Or I get paid in money like everybody else. Do you enjoy Daily Grace? I find her hilarious. I never watched any of her videos. I know who she is. I think I follow her on Twitter. But no, I never watch her videos. Generally, I don't get a lot of time to watch YouTube anymore because I'm either making videos for YouTube, writing up articles for today's iPhone.com, or looking after my kids, which I have to do. What do you think about this whole Apple iWatch idea, and do you think we'll actually see one? I love the concept of having a smartwatch. I think it's definitely an area of technology where people are clearly doing stuff. Like at CES, Pebble announced their release date, January 23rd I think it was. There was the Cuckoo watch, there's the Casio G-Shock watch which connects to iPhones. There's a lot of stuff happening in the wearable tech industry, and it's not just iWatch, it's also things like Fitbit. Have released their kind of fitness tracker, which is similar to the Nike Fuel Band, which again is one that you strap around your wrist and it counts how many steps you make or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. It's an interesting place to be, and I think it's somewhere that I think Apple can obviously do better than everybody else, because everybody else isn't Apple. So it'll be interesting to see. I would like to see one, but that doesn't necessarily mean Apple's ever going to release an iWatch. What university did you attend? I went to the University of Cumbria, which is in my local city in Carlisle. In fact, if you look, I think almost about 2 miles as the crow flies, just over there is the campus that I attended, and I did 3 years of film and television production, in which in the last year and a half I mainly focused on script writing. Not so much the making videos, because I had kids, I didn't have time to go out on long video shoots and stuff. Sadly, I loved directing. I loved actually coming up with the ideas and being on set and being in the busyness of that, but unfortunately I didn't have a lot of time, so I ended up spending all my time, as I do now, sitting behind my computer typing up stuff. So I'll translate this question into English. I think, do you believe Apple will finally release the Apple TV? I don't know. I would be stupid to guess. I would like to see what Apple has in mind when it comes to Apple TV. I think it's certainly something that Apple is looking at. Tim Cook said they have intense interest in it. Steve Jobs said famously in the biography that was released a year and a bit ago now, he said that they had cracked it when it came to actually coming up with a solution that's actually going to revolutionise the way we watch TV. So it's definitely something Apple are looking at. Whether or not we're going to see one, I don't know, because with Apple what can sometimes and often happens is they'll get to the testing and prototyping phase and then they decide we're not going to bother, we're not going to release this. So we'll see. How do you manage the bills with all the phones that you're planning to get, i.e. BlackBerry 10 and Windows, or are the phones given to you as a sponsorship? No, sadly not. I don't get given any phones. All the phones that I have are either bought by me, either outright, or I have them on contract. Currently, I have 3 contracts running. Now, one of them is a half-price contract from when I used to work at T-Mobile, and the other one I get like 30% off or something because my old manager now works at Vodafone and he gave me discount. So, all in all, I don't spend a lot. And I'm not planning on getting another contract. I'm generally kind of trying to reduce them, and eventually I just buy them out, bite the handsets outright and then sell them when I'm done at the moment. But I'm hoping that as we grow as a site and get more popular that people will start letting me borrow stuff, because that's generally what happens in our industry, is that companies, PR companies and the actual manufacturers themselves will send review units out to people like us to review, and then they give us a certain amount of time with them, and then we have to send them back. So generally nobody keeps them, and they certainly don't get given. What are your views on the rumours of iPhone 5S coming in multiple colours and screen sizes? I would love to see the iPhone come in different colours. I think obviously black and white is obviously the default, it's standard, it's usual, it's just the way it is, it's what people are going to go for. But by making it a little bit more colourful, I guess they can expand their market a little bit more, give us a little bit more choice. They've obviously done it with the iPod Touch range now, so there's no reason why they can't transfer that mentality to the iPhone range, but whether again they actually do that is another matter entirely. Do you have any pets? If you do, what kind and its name? Oh, I don't have pets. We used to have a pet cat. But then I kind of realised that not only did cats stop me from breathing, but also that animals are supposed to be outside, not in a house. So no, I don't have any pets, and I don't plan on having any pets, and if I did, it would probably just be a goldfish, because, I mean, they don't live very long, and you don't have to do anything with them. I like your hair, Cam. Anyway, that's been it from me. I'm Cam from today'siphone.com. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to use the description box below. You can also use Twitter, use the QuizCam hashtag QuizCam. But I've got a question for you. Obviously with Steve Jobs having died just over a year ago now, Tim Cook's taken over, Johnny Ive's got a new role, Scott Forstall's out, and Bob Mansfield's oddly back in again. Phil Schiller's head of marketing, all that kind of stuff. Who out of all the Apple chiefs you know of do you think is the most important to Apple's success? Is it Tim Cook and his organisational skills? Is it Johnny Ive and his way of designing and the way he thinks about minimalist design and all that stuff? Who do you think is the most important person in Apple's executive team? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you next week for another episode of QuizCam. Twitter pip.